Sure indeed. Sure indeed, folks. What a very bright morning here in Monroeville. I'd like to say good morning. Thank you for joining us so much this morning on the Brush Morning Talk. That's the BMT. And of course, the Brush Morning Talk comes away every weekday morning between between 8 o'clock up to 10 o'clock, 2 hours of non-stop presentation. Of course, we bring you the latest news and information trending from Liberia and elsewhere. And so today is July 12th, the year remains 2021. It is a very bright Monday morning here in Monroeville. And of course, it's July 12th, 2021. A very, very bright Monday morning. And so I'd like to welcome you again to the Brush Morning Talk. The BMT comes away between 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. every weekday morning. We're right here making sure that we keep you abreast of the latest news and information coming up. We'd like to say good morning, good evening, good night to those of you joining us by means of Brush TV Live and Sam TV, respectively. So this morning, the issue of the relocation from the Relay market to the Ominga market, I mean, it's something that is trending right down there. Lots of people putting in, we are told. And we will go on the line to talk to some of our professional colleagues who are present at the Ominga market. They're going to tell us exactly how the atmosphere look. How is it? I mean, how are marketeers, relocating? What are some of the embarrassment and situation is posing for them as well? So there are lots of issues we're going to talk about this morning right here on the Brush Morning Talk between 9 this morning to 10 o'clock. We're having our guests here and talk up to 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we escape the scene and leave you on today's presentation. What's more, we are a team of presenters as usual. We are James Ergison Fokta and
Frank Pitt Martin.
And so together we bring in a very splendid presentation of the Brush Morning Talk this morning. Let's go for this break. As we come back, we'll go over to the Ominga market where some of our professional media colleagues are posted this morning to bring us up to speed with, the current relocation process. As may be aware, the deadline that was given by the governor of Liberia has ended already, and so marketers have made their way already to the Ominga market. We are told there are lots of things they are complaining about. The issue of the lack of latrines and several other things. But we'll go directly on the line to talk to our professional media colleague who is around the Ominga Tower area currently to tell us exactly how the atmospheres look. Again, we'd like to say good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the Brush Morning Talk. Let's go for this break. As we return, we'll go straightly to understand what's happening currently. How is the atmosphere and how are marketers going about coping with that new environment? Let's go for this break and be right back. the BMT here, Brush FM 94.7 megahertz, Brush TV Live and SEM TV, respectively. So it's a very bright morning. Of course, I mean, the very first day, the first working day in this week. I mean, it's a very wonderful time. The 12th day in the month of July, the year remains 2021. I mean, it's a very bright morning, and we see, the sun is rising this morning, shining very bright and so lovely as well. So welcome back to the presentation this morning. Like we told you, the relocation of marketeers from the real market area to the Omega market. I mean, it's currently taking place, and we are told this morning that marketeers have already made their way to the Omega market. We are told the place crowded up, and Liberians are beginning to listen to a mandate given by the governor of Liberia. So let's see this morning whether we can go on the line now to talk to our professional media colleague. His name is Samuel Ngondo. Of course, he's currently at the premises of the Omega market. Let's see whether we go straightly to the line to have Samuel Ngondo join us this morning on the Breakfast Morning Magazine program, so that he tell us exactly how is the atmosphere this morning from the Omega market area. Again, good morning. Welcome to the presentation. Welcome to the Brush Morning Talk. Continuing to share the platform, those of you social media users. So let's go to
see the environment.
Wow, and Sam, I mean, we are so concerned. We are so concerned about the global pandemic. I mean, marketeers not adhering to health protocols prescribed by the Ministry of Health is something that is worrisome. So, I mean, are there? Mhm.
about you, sick and rampant and slain and what I do, looking for stock so they can play a market down for the list according to them. So it's very alarming here.
So I mean, have you managed to see state security talking about providing guidance and urging those marketeers, to follow those respective health protocols? Have you seen the Liberia National Police? Have you seen the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency? Have you seen any state security on the scene?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that around there between the market and the police level, and according to the because the drug dealer need to kind of guide the people that say the Liberia National Police, the PSU, the immigration services, and the they don't go to the international market that are expanded because the population is large.
Well, I mean, this is something very serious, but I mean, we are grateful at least the marketers themselves. They have respected the money of the government of Liberia to relocate. But how is the process? The issue of getting a strategic spot where you can sell. Sometimes it leads to violence. People arguing this is my spot, another is saying this is my area. Some of these things it brings about conflict. How is it in terms of your observation?
Everybody are there. They don't have no fire, no water, nothing. They take a chair back. They're doing their own thing. They're doing their own thing. No matter what. It's very, very alarming.
What's the role of the Liberia Marketing Association, the LMA? Because I think they have their local structure and they should be informing marketeers to straight they adhere to some of the protocols that were announced by the government of Liberia. So what's the role of the LMA?
I'm not seeing of the hierarchy of the area, and for now I'm seeing the presence of one of the superintendents of commercial market, the presence of one crop, one Ghana. For the past for me, I'm moving to one today. In fact, yesterday you told me on his mobile phone that you don't have any choice. The market are going to Omega International Market. They have a symbol behind the symbol, but the color is large. It's large. I said, yeah, they're right. The crowd of the marketing said they are saying, no, the one of the for COVID-19 and they are very much somewhere here.
One question, James, you have not really addressed is the issue of getting sport, wherein people will be arguing, this is my sport, this is my area. What have you really seen so far?
Where I'm putting now, at the type of the building, and I'm moving to wall at the top of the building. People were fighting what is for this, my son, both on the other were pushing each other, but I went there and talked to some of them, saying, anyway, the people that I talked to them, they try to contact me and everything is good. On the other hand, again, I think they made a noise. Hello?
Yeah,
Well,
we are getting
we're following you. Mm-hmm. Thank you,
Okay,
thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you this morning for providing update live from the Omega International Market. Folks,
I think we might commend the seller who are trying to transition, who trying to relocate at the Omega market. I think something we should all applaud because it is not easy to be selling in an area where you normally get most of your customer and then you are going a different terrain. It is not a small challenge.
Definitely.
So I think they are doing well and we want to appreciate it.
And so yesterday afternoon when I passed around the red light belt, I mean the entire place was cleared up, and those makeshift structures along the road, they were all cleared up by the Monrovia City Corporation, and you could see a very beautiful. You could see that beautiful face of red light yesterday. I mean, the recent action by the Monrovia City Corporation is something that worth commendation. that place is much better now, Frank. You could stand as far as the Park Upping Junction to look straight around the bank there. And so, I mean, that was a very good one. You know, the marketeers usually are in red light. You know, they jam the road. You see many times they are on the quarter selling. You know,
where Inca even struggle to even make a move. You know, but I think it's something that we must applaud them, because just imagine if you were living here and moving to maybe Banjo, for instance, you know, to get to that place and get adjusted with life and so on, it will become very difficult. And some people will even, refuse to even go.
Sure.
But I think we want to appreciate them. And then the Lord Mayor of Monrovia, Honorable Jefferson Koji, I think he did extremely well too. Because Liberia, if we must see development, we have to take some stringent measures that will, bring development.
Definitely.
It is not easy for us to develop this country without, bearing some things. If we sit and say, oh, things are difficult and things are this and that, we will continue to live in this kind of dirty environment. So I think Mayor Koji and his team at the Monrovia City Hall, they are doing extremely well. Going to Pinsville, where Madam Pan Taylor has been in a debt in Raleigh, going to assist her, I think is very important. Mr. Koji, we want to appreciate you on this platform this morning for doing the best thing for the Liberian people. I think we must commend people for doing the right thing, and if they go the wrong way, we must also, condemn them. I think it's important, and I think these are ways that our country will be developed.
Definitely, development comes with hard action, and so the decision by the Monrovia City Corporation is something of worth commendation. And we also want to be grateful to the marketeers themselves for adhering to the government deadline. The government deadline was yesterday, and at 12, and we are hearing right now that the marketeers have already relocated to the Omega International Market. It's a very good one. The marketeers themselves currently, they might not like the situation, but as time goes by, they themselves will be here to understand that.
Yeah, we have to encourage them, because it is not easy to adopt a strange environment. But we pray that as time goes by, things will be better, because I'm sure there was no market over there called Red Light.
Sure.
People move there and make that place, decent. So as you move to Omega Market, you will also make that place healing, and then your customers you used to have before will come to it, because everyone that new Red Light Market now will be going to Omega Market to go back. So this morning, if you are on your way to go back to Little Green, or maybe to go shopping in Red Light, I think you have to extend your journey beyond to Omega Market to see how best you can buy any other boots you want to buy this morning.
Definitely. Another thing is that, Frank, the issue of the relocation from the Red Light Market to the Omega Market is something that was talked about for a period of long time. And over and again, all efforts that were exerted, to making sure that those marketeers, relocate to the Omega Market, those efforts were proving to be, fruitless. It was unlike now, and that the government finally, we can say the government finally succeeded, because I saw men and women from the Ministry of Public Works conducting awareness about the relocation of the market.
These are not calling you. These are strategies you use sometimes to engage the locals. Have a meeting with them, hearing from them. What are some of the challenges they face? What condition? What suitable, annual condition and situations and our solutions you can provide, for them. Instead of coming on them one night and then just vandalizing. I think having a meeting with them, getting the consent from their heads and so on. I think these are things the government did first before relocating them.
And that's why the process is ongoing peacefully. Up to present, we haven't heard of brutality among marketeers and that of state security. I mean, it means that everyone knows that we have to relocate. So they are all concerned about how to go about setting up their respective areas, and they are not concerned about the controversies. And so, one of the stories we carry this morning, you hear the marketeers themselves. They are calling on the president. According to them, the issue of lack of latrines around the Omega International Market. They are calling on the president to make sure, and he works with the Liberian Marketing Association so that they can construct some of the latrines, because this is something that is very key. If you are running a modern market, specific spot that is strategically situated where people come to interact, they are, those are nature. And so they must be respected, especially in those public areas like the markets and so forth. But I think the Liberia Marketing Association has a very great responsibility as well.
What happened is, I think there are latrines there, but I think they are not,
conducive,
sufficient. I would say sufficient enough to, accommodate the populations that are going to the market.
Okay.
Because I can remember 2019, we covered the presidency. The President Weah went to dedicate that market called 14 Gorbachev market. And then during the dedicatory ceremony, there were a lot of things that were unveiled to the marketeers, their leadership. And then they appreciated President Weah. But I think the accommodation is what matters.
Yeah,
because you can have close to maybe 25,000 persons going somewhere, and then you have maybe 10 latrines. And then you will have the whole thing cluster. So I think they are calling on him, to increase the number of, latrines in the place. Instead of saying there is no latrine. I don't think the president built that place without latrine.
Okay.
I was there. We covered the program, and then we saw a lot of things. The market is beautiful, but I'm sure the population from Red Light to go all the way, Omega, that population is very huge for such a market.
Definitely, and the market that the Liberia Marketing Association, they have to step up now to see how best they can extend the facility, because
yeah. No, but what I saw yesterday, watching from one of our platforms, they were all in the place. What you hear from our reporter this morning, that they are all over in the place with hook, with colors and stuff to see how best they can clean up some spots. That they think that they can have, some of them think that they can go on the market in the building. They have to sell on the roadside, they have to sell behind and so on, so to expand the area. So I think this is thing they are doing this morning.
Definitely. So, folks, we'd like to say good morning. Thank you for joining us. Of course, you're listening to the Brush Morning Talk here on the Brush Communications Network, Brush FM 94.7 megahertz, Brush TV Live and Sam TV, respectively. It is a very bright morning here in Monroeville. And this morning, you listen to our colleague there, bringing us up to date with the current activities taking place at the Omega International Market, where the marketeers, from Red Light, they are relocating to the Omega Central Market, and
we have to put the 14 there.
Oh,
that's the official name. 14 Gorbachev International Market.
Okay, the 14, everything is about 14. The 14 military and almost everything is about 14.
Yeah. The president wrote number 14 jersey when he was playing soccer, so he loved that number. Almost most of his projects have been named after that number, 14. So that market is called the 14 Gorbachev International Market.
Definitely. So this morning, like we said, by 9 o'clock this morning, we're going to have Henry Do Dagbe. Henry Do Dagbe is the son of Sanu County, and he's going to sit in very shortly at 9 o'clock this morning. We're going to be talking about loss of issues, loss of national issues. And so, those of you following the broadcast this morning and wanting to comment on the current, if you will, the prevailing situation at the Omega Market, is it the 14
Gorbachev International Market.
The 14 Gorbachev International Market, where marketeers from the Red Light era are relocating currently. They are making sure to secure their respective spots of sale, and it's something that is very interesting, but we want to urge them as well, to respect, if it were, abide by those health protocols that were announced by the government of Liberia in moving forward, because that place, I'm told, is so crowded. It requires, following all of those stringent measures that were announced by health authorities in making sure that the Delta variant of the coronavirus, is prevented from spreading rapidly here in our nation. And so we're urging state security too to be very moderate and very vigilant, in making sure that they enforce the no max, no entry restriction, making sure that those marketeers themselves can be placed in a kind of spacious position, and to making sure that they too, can wear their respective no marks, make sure they are marked up properly, in preventing the virus from being contracted. So if you want,
James, not just being moderate, but we expect our state security to be very professional, because it takes a lot of things to relocate. Like I said, people go with anger and so on. So when you're going around, then you have to be very professional. How do you engage some of them? Some of them are, traumatized. They got some psychological or problem and so on. So as you go about doing your professional's work, we ask you to be very moderate, very professional how you engage our citizens, because we believe some of you these days are very, drastic in taking your action. You have to be very moderate how you engage our people, because leaving from your house and going to another place stuff, and then you have a by-election. So I think he has a lot of things to tell this morning. But before getting this hearing, I want also to play the call to our citizens to get feedback on the removal of marketeers from red light. Even those who were selling red light, and some of them are saying, I'm not going to Gorbachev, I will just sit down to my wife, better I just said I'm going to turn attention to her, and things looking difficult. Let's hear from them this morning. And so before we get to hearing those that way.
So 0776360979, 08803461690, 0776360979, the numbers this morning to allow you from part of the Brush Morning Talk. And this morning we take a keen look at the relocation of marketeers from red light to the Ominga International Market. And what do you make of this as well? What are the effects, be they positive or negative? Let's talk about their relocation. But as it stands right now, the marketeers have made their way to the Ominga International Market, where they are securing their respective spots, to go about doing their normal operations. So those of you too following, be reminded that the red light market has been relocated to the Ominga market. So get that information this morning, use it, so that you don't go to red light with anticipation of purchasing food and all of those things you used to buy from there. You can make your way to the Ominga market. There, the marketeers are correct, and they acted upon an instruction from the Monrovia City Corporation, the Monrovia City government. And so we getting reports this morning that the marketeers are already at the Ominga International Market, and they're going about doing their number operations. Call us on 0776360979, again 0776360979, 08803461690 are the numbers this morning to allow you from part of the Brush Morning Talk here on Brush FM 94.7 megahertz, Brush TV and SEM TV respectively. Call us on 0776360979, 08803461690 are the numbers this morning. This morning, like we said, we're taking we're taking a keen look at the relocation of those marketeers from Red Light to the Omega market. Let's see what I will have this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Good morning, sir. What's the name and where have you joined us from?
Yeah, my name is Bobby, calling for the Omega market.
Bobby, what could be your last name?
Yeah, Bobby, wait.
So tell us.
For the Omega market, yeah, nothing much.
Mm,
It's only the traffic, yeah, I think the Bobby, don't eat Trump really good about the traffic because when you look at the figure for Red Man, coming from Omega Red Hill, there's a huge traffic. And so I think that's not what they need to come in to see how they can work from the traffic business because it's going to cross traffic because the road coming from the Omega side there's a road, four road, and then people used to take go down the road, four, and there's another road coming from the Mogo Club, Mountain Black area there. There's four roads that is also there, and two are not using it. And so my part of the national government and the people are hoping they make them go, you know, so it will not be going to cause traffic problems and do the main road here. So for now, the road issue is another thing that government needs to pay attention to get traffic congestion.
Bobby, are you there? Bobby, are you one of those who got relocated to the Omega market?
People that are relocated. For me, I'm in a home basis with giving food.
Okay.
And so our location of NC now while we are going here is the issue of those things. And there's a huge problem at the back. I think we want to give you the national government to come here because it's just possibly low of things in which they can solve the issue.
Okay.
What else are people who are now facing some problem like this? So people are like asking the CCC to work with our new authority to see where they can solve this. Or very many can go in the market, the whole market, you know, getting overfly.
Exactly so.
People are just somewhere around the bush area, we start to make space. So that's the issue. So it is an issue of, you know, people coming to our areas here, where they can have food there, grass here, and the issue of water is also a greater problem for the community here. So those are always doing business here.
One thing I want to get from you, Bobby, is that we are told that a lot of people find it difficult to get a piece of sport. How is the process? How you got your sport? We are told that a lot of people find it difficult to get a sport to sell. How you manage? How have you gotten yours? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, Bobby, thank you for joining us on the BMT this morning. It's a pleasure having you. Sure indeed, and call us on 0776-360979, 088-0346169, 0776-360979, 088-0346169 are the numbers this morning at the fun part of the Brush Morning Talk. And this morning, we take a keen look at the relocation of marketeers from the Rayland area to the Omega International Market. And folks, you hearing it right there. The Omega market is jam-packed according to reports featuring in, and they are also calling on state security to make sure the issue of traffic direction and so forth. But we have this person. Good morning. Oh my God, we lost that call. 0776360979, 080346169, again 0776360979, 08803466169. Are the numbers this morning to permit you to form part of the Brush Morning Talk. Good morning. Oh my God, we lost that call this morning. But from you hear the issue of the traffic. You hear Bobby talking about the traffic being congested and the road leading to the market. And it requires some officers of the NMP to make their way so that they can be able to regulate the traffic, so that the issue of free flow, so that it can be given to some of those who are making their way to the market. Because in the absence of guidance, talking about restricting, if you will, regulating the traffic, regulating the movement there, I think absolutely going to be a bit difficult for the marketers themselves.
Yes, I think it is not particularly, what I see is that it's not particularly about regulation. But one thing here is the road is very narrow. When we were there, we went to dedicate that place. The road is very narrow, so you will find out that you will find out that every time you have vehicles moving in and out, you have huge traffic because the road is narrow. I think it's just about 2 lane, Labrador 2 lane now. You know what I mean? Yeah, our Labrador 2 lane where one car going, one car coming. So if you have a spacious area, you don't have such a traffic congestion. So I think the main issue there is that the road small. The road small. Like what for me, I've been saying this over and over that I don't know whether those who founded this country did not really think beyond that Labrador was going to grow. What there are going to be populations in this country that could reach 10 million or maybe 15 millions. Our way of doing things, we can think very small. That was small.
Very, very. According to the report, I mean, the place is.
I've been there.
So
I've been there. The road small, so you will always have traffic congestion because if you have 4 or 5 trucks moving, you have to wait. If you don't motor, you have to wait. So if there is means that we can expand the road, to maybe 4 lane, I know people will feel pain again because you have to break some houses down and so on. So if we have means to expand the road, then you will have no traffic. But you talk about police to regulate and so on. I don't think that's the issue.
Okay,
but since now we don't have the road expanded, I think the police still need to come in to help in the process because it is some of our police first time to go in red light. I mean to go by job to go say.
Okay, so we have this person. Good morning. Oh my God, I don't just know what's happening. But 0776360979, 08803466169. The numbers this morning to allow you to form part of the Brush Morning Talk, the BMT right here. This is our Info Breakfast Companion Show. And this is where we bring you the latest news and information. We set the national agenda for discussion. Good morning. Good morning, madam. What's the name and where have you called from? Go ahead. How is the Gorbachev era this morning? Wow.
When you say no space, what you mean? Because we are informed that the president built a market and Madam Salif also built market there.
Well, so what do you intend to do now? You're talking about you still don't have a space and you need to sell. So what are you intending to do? Have you reached out to the authorities on ground, the Labrador Marketing Association, some of the officials to talk to them about this? Wow.
So I think you have to meet some of the authorities there to see how best you can get space, because we are told that they got some space there that some of you can use, or you can go at the back and then find a place that you can clean up, because I don't think they're selling space now. So you can get to the head of the marketing association there, the madam. I think they will get you small area to sell. Okay. So you can do that one, yeah? Okay.
All right. Thank you very much this morning. 0776-360979, 0880-346-169. The numbers. We got 10 minutes to 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock this morning, we usher in Mr. Henry Dagbe. He's going to sit in and talk about some of the activities undertaken by his boss, Mr. Samson Weir, and some of the issues taking place in Sino, and we couple that with national issues as well. Call us on 0776-360979, 0880-346-169, 0776-360979, 0880-346-169. The numbers this morning to allow you form part of the Brush Morning Talk. We're talking about the relocation process, the relocation process that is currently ongoing. Marketers are being instructed to vacate the red light area for the Omega market. And we are told right now the Omega market area is jam-packed. The issue of securing spots at the current discussion right now. How do one get his or her spot for selling, and how can you probably reach the market building as well? And there are reports that the road is not spacious enough to promote the issue of free movement. And so as it stands, there are difficulties. There are some difficulties the marketers are faced with in terms of getting their goods speedily to the market, if you will, making sure that those commodities get to the market quickly. We are told the road is not too spacious. Thus is posing the issue of slow movement, slow operations. We are told vehicles are not easily making their way through due to a very narrow road. But we pray and hope that the government, through the Liberal Marketing Association, are going to make sure that some of those situations can be handled properly, so that the marketeers themselves can have their kind of free time where they going to feel at home like it used to be around the red light area. But on the contrary, Frank, the marketeers themselves were stubborn around the red light area.
There where our first can or first safe come in.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were stubborn to go to Omega, now you will be finding it difficult, and we let it laugh into chanting. Where you say, oh man, when the government will come here. Government serious. So sometimes when we hear some of these things, we have to apply seriousness. We have to be swift enough to see if we're going to take action or take the rightful decision. Now people are finding it difficult, to get spot. Some people who went there first, they laughing when they see you passing. They say, man, you get small area. They say, man, no space. Now they are big boys in town now.
Since Saturday, there were others who started the relocation process. There were many of them who went and they secured their mini spots.
Oh yes.
But there were others who were still waiting and saying that the government is not ready. And, they have said this over and again, and we can't move usually. There were many others who hold that view. And because of that, currently the place jam-packed. There are thousands of marketers in Monroeville, and that place being one of the major markets in the nation, there are many people that are going to make sure that they secure their spots. So if you delay in moving over to the Omega area, it means that you're going to be causing some level of embarrassment for yourself.
Though it's an embarrassment, but for me, I want to encourage some of our police, our sisters, our mothers, who are our family members who find it difficult to get spot. Let it keep on pushing, because if you sit back and say, "Oh, the way now they do it, I tire, I can't continue doing the one thing over and over, and I have to go see them to my house." I think it's important that you keep on pushing. Your delay is not your denial, like the senator say. So it is better that you keep pushing, and then you will get a spot, because I'm sure when you go way beyond, you can see vast land going. So and that whole place, I'm sure it's for government. So when you go there, you talk to the people, you say, oh, I come from small spot for myself, and they will find a small spot they give you. But don't feel deterred to say I'm going home, I'm tired, the whole thing and tired. When you go home, you say you're tired, I don't think it will be good for you. It will not be healthy for the family. And you have kids home, you got people to take care of and so on. We know that the economy is very challenging. So we are appealing to you, please. Make sure that you find a spot. Nothing should break you down. Nothing should break you down this morning. Make sure you find a spot and then you secure that spot. You be selling there small. People will come around to buy from you.
Definitely, and in addition to that, there are other marketers who have not even made their way at the Omega market. So those of you who are there, I think what you can brilliantly do is to make sure you have your spot before you leave today. There are other people who are still home. They are saying, we get there, So those of you who are there currently and not having, those spots that you want for selling purpose, I think you need to make sure you reach out to those relevant authorities on ground. The Liberia Marketing Association, reach out to them, talk to the leadership and say, these are constraints we are faced with. Can you farm in, a portion where I can be in the meantime as we go about doing proper arrangement? I think the LMA will do you justice. They will escort you, try to provide some guidance and secure a spot for you. In that way, I think we can remedy the situation of the issue of lack of spot and so forth. But another thing our reporter said was there are swamps, nearby as well. And those swamps, if the market must be extended, because it is not just the building, there are people
don't really feel comfortable to sit in the building.
Sure.
Some like to go around, some like to sit somewhere open to do that business. So I think it's important if government must carry the people there, and as the people start going, we urge government also to go, and clean some of the spot behind. Public Works and the PCC can go and fill in some of the swamps beyond there. Make it very nice for our people because they deserve better too.
Definitely.
So don't mind because you're taking it from where there some people be struggling to get something. So you can go beyond there, post on sand or post on that in our mud. I mean, so our people can sell. One thing I want to tell the marketers, some of them were, frustrated. I know emotions sometimes you say things about, emotion when you feel frustrated. Sometimes you say some things that you meant to say. So I really want to appeal to the market that this gestures a government carrying out is not really about targeting an individual. I hear someone saying that President Weah to 2023 coming. This is about Liberia, not about President George Manning Weah. So we are calling on you. You should not threaten the president because you're going to Ominga. No. This is about Liberia. If Liberia must be better, we ourselves must stand up very tall to improve the system, not just one individual. If you see Ghana, you see South Africa. I've been in countries. And you can see real development. It is not just the leadership in power, but it is the citizen itself. If we ourselves can take that and put it on the street, instead of putting the trash can, they still be dirty, right?
Definitely.
Right? The development of these nations lies in all of us here, not just one presence or one regime. President Weah will go today, another government will come in.
Sure, and I mean the exercise is very impactful because Liberia's independence celebration is right around, and we must give the city a very beautified view. We need to make sure that every streets and corners of Monrovia are beautified, they are well decorated, and they are intact. There are foreign visitors who might come to grace an occasion marking Liberia's independence, and we need to send out a very good image for our nation. And so yesterday, like I said, when I got around the red light area, I mean the place was very decent. You could see that portion that used to be used for the issue of the exposure of garbage and so forth. I mean, all of those charges were removed, and the place is very clear. And then red light was as clean as you could think. I was really overwhelmed, and I was glad by seeing such a view from a red light that we know to be, a kind of massive area, kind of dirty area. But yesterday, I could see another view in the red light. It was absolutely beautiful, and hope we continue to move on our path. Those of you who have made your way to the Ominga market, want to say cooperate, cooperate, make yourself feel comfortable. The sooner is the better. Those of you who still wanting to go and secure a spot, this is the time. Go there and do it very professionally. Don't engage into apps that are scanned. Don't engage in apps that are performed. Just make sure that you have a very friendly conversation so that you can secure for yourself a spot that you're going to use, because the fact of the matter remains, those women and men, in the market sector, they are breadwinners of their respective homes, and we need to be straight to the issue. They are breadwinners. It is from those petty businesses that they run. They cater to their families. They cater to the needs of their children, specifically our mothers. Our mothers are breadwinner nowadays. And they go ahead, shouldering those responsibilities because of those small markets that they depend on. So we want the government to be thinking in the direction of filling up those swamps, extend the market site so that we can have thousands and thousands of marketeers making their way to be right there. But the time is exactly a minute after 9 o'clock on the Brush Bunny Talk this morning. Very soon we're going to have in here Henry Doe Dagbe. Henry Doe Dagbe is the communications director in the offices of Honorable Sampson, where our guest is already in. So let's go for a musical break. And upon our return this morning, we definitely kickstart discussion with Henry Doe Dagbe. And there are lots of issues we're going to talk about this morning, ranging from his boss intervention, since taking over as representative of electoral district number 2 in China. What are their activities? What are they doing? And this morning we couple that discussion of some national issues. Let's go for this musical break, and we'll be right back.
We are fully persuaded that our God is still Jehovah Raphael, God our healer, regardless. He said, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, our God then will hear from heaven. I will forgive their sins and I will heal the land.
Lord, you promised that if we your people call by your name, we'll humble ourselves, be cleansed from all that is not of you.
That when we pray, when we call you, you will heal our land. Save this land, save this world. Heal our land, Lord. Heal this world.
Save this land, Lord. Save this world. Heal land, Lord. Heal this world. We are desperate for you, We are crying for you,
Oh, you've got power above to kill and make alive, to injure and to heal, but by love unconditional. Not only you are able, but willing to do a thing.
By now once revive us, Lord. We are the people of your pasture, created for your pleasure. We pray for our families. We pray communities. We pray for the world. Save this land. Save us, Lord. Save this world. We need you, God. Heal our land. Oh, God, save this land. Save us, Lord. Save this world. We need you. Heal our land, Lord. Heal this world. We are desperate for you. We are desperate for you, God. Lord, we are so much desperate for you. Save this land. Save this land. Save this world. Save this world. Heal our land. Heal our land, Lord. Heal this world. Save this land. Save this land. Save this world, God. Save this world. Oh, heal our land, Lord. Heal this world. We are desperate for you. We are desperate. We are crying for you. We are crying. We are in need of a global touch, and we cry now to you. Heal us, save us. You are the spirit of defeated God. You never change what you did before. You can still do. So we're crying now, Lord. Save this world. Save this world.
Folks, good morning. Welcome back to the Brush Morning Talk this morning here on Brush FM 94.7 megahertz, Brush TV Live and Sam TV respectively. And so this morning, like we said to you, we're going approximately an hour, 6 minutes in the presentation. And so the time is exactly 7 minutes away, 9 o'clock. And this morning, we already have in here our guest. Our guest is Mr. Henry Doe Dagbe. He's a communication man in the offices of Representative Samson Weah of Sano County Electoral District Number 2. And this morning, we're going to talk lots of issues, paramount to their operations. Paramount to their operations. When I say their operation, the offices of Representative Samson Weah, what are they doing? Their engagements made COVID-19 and several other issues we're going to embed it as well. And so we'd like to welcome you back officially to the Brush Morning Talk. We are a team of presenters, James Eggerson, Fogpa, and
Franklin Martin.
this morning we're going strictly to our guest to kickstart discussion. Henry, would like to say good morning. Thank you for joining us on the Brush Morning Talk.
Thank you very much.
You got to come close to the microphone. Okay,
Thank
much
you.
better.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you to the team here. And it's a privilege. I take this very serious as an opportunity for our office to be able to be heard through this media institution. So we appreciate the management here. Thank you very much for the invite.
Great. So let's begin the discussion. You know, since your boss, Mr. Samson Weah, took over, how has it been with him? You know, how is it since he took over as representative as a result of by-election that was created, you know, by the dev of Jane Nagbe's law? You know, since the boss took over, how has it been? How's the office?
Yeah, the office is relatively fun. By matter of fact, I'm the media consultant in the office, and I serve as the chief advisor to the lawmaker on all media activities. So the office is doing well. But before we delve into issues, firstly, we'd like to extend our warmest birthday salutations to a mentor, the mentor of Honorable Samson Weah, who is the Honorable Chief Medical Doctor of the Bora Bureau, Honorable Francis Carter.
Wow.
Yeah, today is his birth anniversary, and he's the one that mentored Honorable Samson Weah. All of the benefits we are getting today from that great songs was birthed into or put into by Honorable Kete. So we want to say thank you very much and happy birthday to the Honorable Doctor of the Rabiro. To the issues, we want to also use this medium to extend our salutations to the people of District Number 2, Sino County. We want to say hands up. The lawmaker extends his greetings to everyone from the district and Sino County at large. We are being a peaceful person. You check all through the life of Ombawia has been a person of peace, and he has been a person who has always mediated peace, who has settled issues. So being a peaceful person, he also wants to extend his greetings to his fellow colleagues at the legislature. Not forgetting Honorable Senator TJ, who just celebrated his birthday. We also want to extend our greetings to Honorable Zaza, Honorable Christopher Omen Duncan, and Honorable Augustine Sakwari Chie. Since Honorable we took over, it has been a very, very tedious time for him. When I say tedious time, he took over during the COVID-19. By value of fact, tomorrow makes Honorable we 90 days as a legislator.
Okay.
Tomorrow, the 13th of July, makes him 90 days as a legislator. So just imagine extending to power at this state of emergency at the period where Liberians are struggling for their life. This is a state that Ombawia is trying to make things right with the people. He's doing everything possible that the people welfare are met. So it's a very difficult time for us.
Yes, like you said, it's a very difficult time and very challenging time for you guys, and including Liberia. There have been a lot of challenges being in the country since the outbreak of the COVID-19. Do you care to tell us what are some engagement we are being involved in since the takeover, since he's won the elections in Sino as a lawmaker? What he been doing? We are told that some citizens in Sino District Number 2 were arrested because they did not really follow some protocol. Do you care to tell us more about this? What have been his involvement? What have been his oversight responsibilities as he represents the people of Sino County?
Frank, Honorable Samson, we are, as you are aware, came from the health background.
Okay.
Yeah, when Ebola was killing people around Liberia, 2014, at that time, Ombawia was serving as community health director in Sino. He went to all the community clinics in Sino, and through his instrumentality along with his colleagues, that Sino County is one of the counties that was reported of not being dealt with by Ebola.
Okay.
So, and this time around, it has come in another way where the lawmaker is also a policy maker of the country. So, being a health practitioner, being a professional health person, you can also, you don't need to be told, Frank, that the lawmaker is ensuring the welfare of the people. Before we come to your last point, we first want to address the issue of the lawmakers' role in this crisis. Being a young lawmaker, when I say young, he just took over. Okay. A person that took over at this time. We all know that the crisis, the coronavirus, is something that already has no authenticated or curable or something to create.
Yeah, they have vaccine though.
Yeah, my man, the vaccine is to prevent.
Okay.
Yeah, I know the vaccine is not to prevent, but to already cure. One of the major ways the virus can be cured is by preventing. It's through prevention.
Yeah.
And one of the major ways again is in order to prevent it, there should be an awareness. Okay. And you understand? There should be an awareness. So in our capacity, there is serious level of awareness going in our district. And Frank, our district is one of the districts in Liberia that is very much inaccessible to the road. Our people have a deplorable, are living a deplorable life. Yeah, are living a deplorable life there. So what we do there, we are currently ensuring that the message of prevention measure of prevention travel throughout our districts. And besides that, we are also contributing. We have also in our office, in our way, contributed to other activities in order that our people understand and the prevention measures of coronavirus.
One question that I ask you that you continue to dodge one way or other is how Mr. Weah, Representative Weah, coping with the issue of millions in the district, where some citizens, some residents of
yeah, it was that. But I was going to get to that because this issue is not part of coronavirus issue. It's about drugs. And Frank, our lawmaker is a serious health practitioner. Yeah,
Okay.
serious health practitioner. By profession, he's an environmentalist.
Okay.
Yeah, so when it comes to the welfare of people, when it comes to people's health, he understands it well. When it comes to major issue, it was last week we were notified that some of our people were arrested because they carry on some level of community arrest or community arrest. Our place is very, very much inaccessible. As I speak, district number 2 is one of the areas you can even find up to 10 police officers or 10 security persons in that district. So that area is highly managed by tradition.
Okay.
Yeah, that area is highly managed by tradition. Our local laws exist there. And because of that, the people in their own knowledge went to work and informed all of the business people in that community, in that area, not to get involved into selling of drugs or whatsoever bad substances because they realized that the drugs was causing some level of problem for the people, especially where they realized they experienced the death of 3 persons. So Miriam being one of the persons who is selling drugs there, they told Miriam not to sell drugs in the community. To the point almost surprised, they recognized that some of their sons were inhaling drugs, were being abused by drugs. So when they asked them who was the person behind this, the architect of the drugs that they were inhaling, they don't know it was Miriam. They went to Miriam trying to get, because they have advised Miriam many times of that selling drugs and no security there. So Sam Miriam cannot stop, and we all know that drugs is a national crime. Drugs is a national crime. So the people themselves, the tradition, went to work and they arrested Miriam. When Miriam was being apprehended by the people, was arrested, trying to shift him here in Goose to Greenville. Miriam, too, he has some contact one way or other.
One thing I want to understand, I'm not cutting you off. You saying the traditional people went together. What do you mean?
When I say traditional people,
few head of people just saying, "Oh, Miriam, since we don't satisfy with our activities here, we'll come in and get better now. Place, why you getting?"
No, I said this issue. The people advised all of the business people not to sell. When they realized that Miriam was selling, the areas in the community, as I said, the place does not have a security.
Okay.
Yeah, so they have common laws there. The people create their own law, and the law is being backed by tradition. So when they observed that Miriam was involved into the selling of illicit substances, they tried to apprehend him. When they went for him, when they arrested, because the poor God, just imagine, in that area, that inaccessible area, they were able to confiscate up to $1 million.
They have to go traditional devil also.
Not devil now, not devil. I say traditional, not devil. The area, yeah, that devil. When devil go $1 million, will not see this. Million will not see the sun. So devil will not come for $1 million. Then the areas going to work to apprehend him.
Okay.
The poor got up to 1 million worth of drugs for Miriam, trying to report the value of the substance, trying to report the substance to the county authority or the security.
Okay.
Miriam to have someone that contacted the police. Police came to the area with one pickup, arrested, was 6 our people, went and put them into jail. But as I speak, the issue is being taken care of. The people have been released through the instrumentality of the lawmaker. He's there to his oversight is to ensure the welfare of the people are met. So
don't you think his action to free these people uncut the security?
No, he did not free them. He worked with the security,
Okay.
to ensure that the people were arrested. They say a burglary. that was the charge upon the Bogarad.
Yeah, the one I was saying. You
Bogarad.
just because saying you are a traditional person, you say, oh man, middle wings, and millions, we set the flag with you, we're coming for you, and then you know go Bogarad's place. And
yeah, the boy child on Bogarad. But as we speak, as I learned from the county, it is being set. It has been settled. The people were released on Saturday, and I think the lawmaker did well. He was true on the phone communicating. In fact, the people in the cell, the police cell, spoke with the lawmaker, and he made sure that things. Yeah, let me tell you, friend, the lawmaker keeps saying he cannot compromise the poor interest for any other thing. Yeah, Mena is a foreigner one. Let me be bold to say that he's a foreigner one, and when we buy something to kill our people, so we cannot sit there and back. So especially where drugs is a crime. Drugs abuse is a crime in the country. So they don't know how to work with the people to ensure that the people welfare. I mean, the people priority is major the major welfare.
The people of Sino, we believe they are highly traditional, and that symbol was seen at the legislature where your boss took a broom when he was sworn into office. I'm sure he gave a 90 days deliverable to the people, promises to the people that, oh, this is what I will do when I get at the legislature. I'm sure I'm here for Nangwe's law time to get expired after that. Based on my work, you people will entrust me with another power to come back after 2023. So what have been, besides the issue of millions, besides the fight against COVID, what are some engagements or something we have been into to see that the raw condition you're talking about, can be addressed? Have you been applying some efforts in the house where he's not being seen as a bobo lawmaker to just sit and observe his colleagues and observe the technician is still new to him? What better he been doing in the house?
Frank, one thing I learned as I'm an administrator anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an administrator and I'm also a student of administration. Yeah. What I know, a leader is the person that carefully listens and act. The talking too much in leadership doesn't make you a leader. A leader is the one that listens. Your action should be proofing. So first, let me address that issue of the broom you were trying to bring up. As I told you earlier, Frank, the person that I work for is someone who, in the entire life, even when he was a child, I got this story when he was on the campaign, when one of the comedians, anyways, narrating it, he has been a peaceful person. So you know what you call broom. Broom is a gather of sticks, straws, gather of straws. And one of those straws can be together and work together. What it means? That's the show that's proof unity and peace.
Okay.
So the act of carrying broom to the legislature, it proved that he has gone in that house, especially in the Sino legislative caucus as a member. I know he got in that legislature at the time when the caucus was highly divided. A senator can ask me the representative, and then you know about some issue. So he took that broom to show to symbolize his appearance, the presence of peace. And comrades, since the lawmaker went there, let me tell you, one of the first lawmaker who is not a bully told the legislator is Senator Tiaje. Senator Tiaje is a friend to the legislator. Matter of fact, too, last week, the same day I got appointed, Senator Tiaje took an uninformed, unaware visit to the legislator office, and they are moving together. You know the history of Senator Tiaje. Senator Tiaje was the master behind the court procedure that deprived the citizens of District Number 2.
That dragged the
the whole process. He was the master. He sponsored the candidate hotel, and he masterminded everything, all the delay. He said a lot of things, but today, because of peace, because of his nature as a peaceful person, they are moving together. And I'm one person that also was hard against Senator Tiaje. But since I got glued to this person, to this legislator, he told me that I'm not changing you from who you are, but I'm a peaceful person. We all have the peace inside. If you check my activity these days, you see that Senator Tiaje I have also dropped arms in Nigeria.
Yeah, so you compromise the people.
I'm not compromising. No, we're discussing peace. I'm still speaking against Nigeria in a different manner this time, but not that robust manner. Yeah. So about what he's doing, apart from COVID-19 and million issue. Currently, as we speak, this legislator is the highest donor to education of young people in the legislature as we speak. In just 90 days of his administration. For example, he's the only legislator in Sino. The only legislator in Sino that transported or transfers young people from Sino, brought them to Monrovia, made them took entrance of various universities, provided he gave them a horse.
These are his supporters.
No, that's a football supporter, but they are young people.
I agree.
These are young people. How many? Do you know how many times I have supported Police Sino as a young person? Can you deliver my benefit? So if a person you support can be able to treat you like he's treating these people like his own children, oh man, don't forget about it. He told people from district number 2, from Dubai Road district, the area that he got, I think 5 votes. Yeah. And just imagine, besides education, on issue of education, this lawmaker brought the people, young people from Sino to Monrovia. He ensured that they have a horse. He gave them a horse, fully of furniture, fully furnished building. Put everything inside. He paid their school fees, and he paid their school fees in Royal universities.
What his voice in your house in 3 months time?
His voice. The first thing he's focusing on is that everyone at this time is focusing on how this nightmare can leave our country. So this is his concern. This man currently, as I speak, he serves on many committees in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, my man, the man, Samuel is blessed to have this person as a legislator. He's the value of 5. He's one of the first legislator in the Republic abroad that in 1 week of his ascendancy. Yeah, the legislature was appointed on 6 committees. 6 committees in the legislature. Yeah, the man served already as co-chair on gender. Yeah, and that is not a misplaced error. That's not a misplaced error because this legislator, in his entire life, he has been involved with children affairs, women, children issues. So he currently serves as co-chair on gender. And he's holding other positions in the legislature that are very much cardinal to the growth and development of this country.
Now, Sano County have been grappling with this issue of the issue of tribal conflicts, tribal disagreements and so forth. Senator TJ have been on the other side. Specifically the crew component and the SAPO component as well, but then you have the late Mabutu Flayimpan, then probably was minister and so forth. There were lots of conflicts, including Representative Matthew G. Zaza. There were lots of issues, there were lots of tribal issues in Sino. There were division among young people. Now that Representative Samson we have been elected, what have you been doing, making sure that the issue of tribal politics, tribal conflicts and all these kinds of things can be curtailed, if not reduced, because this is something that has been in the history of Sino from the day of its founding up to present. The issue of the crew and SAPO conflict continues, to be very, very pervasive, and so we care to know what's the role of the lawmaker in making sure that this age-old conflict, that exists between the crew and the SAPO. You have the 48 section of the crew, the SAPO Apodebo. There are several, tribal groupings and having different goals, different thoughts, and some of these things that cause chaos. What's the role of your representative on something we are? What has he been doing, making sure that the issue of tribal conflict, can be curtailed and so forth?
Comrade, as I said, this is a lawmaker who his entire life has been peaceful. to show that he's a person who doesn't care about tribe. When he took over, his office currently constitutes the 3 major tribes in Sinai. During a campaign, he told them, his district is he's representing a district that has all of the tribes residing in his district. We have the Jericho, the Grove people in his district. We have the Crew people in his district. And part of the district has some Sabo people. So as we speak, he has 5 persons from Dubai district, who is dominant Crew. 5 persons from I call it Jericho district, which is dominant Grebo. He has 5 persons from JDE, which is a mixed tribe. You understand? So this is one thing. And to tell you also his support to peace in the country. When he took over as legislator, the first district or statutory district that benefited from his benevolence was Dubai district. Dubai district is an area that he got less than 5% of the votes that made him legislator. But as we speak, Dubai, precisely Kakwebo City, is a major beneficiary of the lawmaker. In fact, it happens in 2 weeks of administration. When immediately took over, he went Sino. Dubai was the first area he went. Besides being the first area he went, the town hall, the city hall in Dubai now have been deplorable for years. That when people sitting there at the time, you will see water leaking on them. When you go there, you never know that a city hall, that people of course city, but they know how decent hall. This lawmaker was the one that renovated the area that he never got vote. In fact, that Kakebo, he never got a vote from Kakebo. He renovated the entire area. He provided chairs. As we speak, Kakebo now, next to Greenville City, has one of the best city halls through his instrumentality. So he's a man of peace. And about the Crew and Sapo issue, I just informed you that says his presence among the legislators. As we speak, we witness Senator TJ and Honorable Duncan eating the same pan in Sino. Honorable Marvin Zaza, who the lawmaker, who we are always call his mentor at the legislature. Honorable TJ, we saw them they are all moving. Though we cannot speak that, we do not know their mind. But physically, what was not existing among them, is now existing.
Well, Henry, this is not the first of his kind. I was in Sino and follow many of the activities. This is not the first of its kind for legislators of Sino. To have this kind of pretense and say, the issue of bargain, let's bargain, be bargain. There are certain point in time after all of these, meetings that have been to unite. The legislators of Sino, they still were about the issue of the division. One instance was when a conversation was held between Senator TJ and other lawmakers that was meant to unite them. Following that particular situation, there were lots of conflicts in Sino. You follow the social media, the Sino Forum, there were lots of attacks from supporters of different groups. The issue of tribal politics in Sino is something that they have talked about over and over and again, but practically remain as it is. And in real life, those issues continue to exist.
It has never existed as compared to the way we're existing prior to his excellency at the legislature. It has never existed. Do you know that because of the scene confusion in the country, I was affected. I was badly beaten December 2nd, 2020. I was beaten by supporters of Senator TJ because of my opposition to him. I stand against him. And as we speak, we are all moving together now. So even that's what I say, my brother, we are not looking at the heart. Okay. But what was not existing to see these people moving together in the public. Once we have seen it now, we can rest assured. But what we are praying for, that the unity exists up to 2023 after election, because as we know some of our lawmakers, when it's time for election, they can try to do everything necessary to ensure that the people say, yeah, the person is good. After the election, getting changed. But we are praying that the path they are on now, it will exist. It will lead us to 2023.
Okay, let's look at the issue was education. Though you are Alan,
I didn't online. Oh, I was going ahead.
you are Alan. The issue of unity, issue of being supporting students from Sino from his district.
Not only from the district.
From the issue of COVID, his stand against the coronavirus. What have been his intervention when it comes to our classroom teachers? We are informed that most of our schools in Liberia don't have a teacher, particularly the private, the government schools in the rural counties face challenge the issue of the issue of teachers, the lack of teachers, and so on. So, what being his intervention? How is your district?
You know, the lawmaker has for Sino, and how we compare with any legislator now in Sino. Prior to the Senate, there's a person when the entire county was deserted, the health center was deserted. No one wanted to go Sino. He was able to govern as 7 professionals, including himself, to leave Montserrat, where everything was existing as a young graduate with a degree from United Methodist University. They went Sino and were all restored, or at least bring sanity to the health sector. So if he could do that at the time when he was not a policy maker, what do you think about now? As we speak, comrade, there are a lot of issues ongoing that will take place, that will begin immediately the next school year starts. There are a lot of issues. We are working with partners. In fact, we got a school in Jerepo that we are working with partners that will be fully taken care of in our district, because we were fortunate to grab to link with a project to cater to that is catering to schools, especially schools that are in deplorable areas, in our communities, in a far away community, and people who are suffering. So our lawmaker,
how particularly, is with the issue of teachers. Lack of teachers in private schools in your district.
Yeah, our district is one of the districts that is suffering. Our district, one of the districts that people are suffering. The children are suffering there. No teacher there. So we can. I'm telling you, as we speak,
what something is doing. What reason is something is doing to address this issue?
That's why I said within our range, as we speak, there are a lot of memorandum we have signed negotiations that will take effect immediately the next school year. But at current, we are all focusing on, there's no good school in the entire country.
No, but school ongoing.
But man, you going to school is scary.
I don't want you to neglect the fact that there is
school going on.
Some of the schools, I'm not saying it is a responsibility to pay, some teachers to go teach in a classroom. But some of the schools are doing everything possible to ensure that, teachers are in a classroom. So they pay $150, $100 to teachers in their various constituency to ensure that classroom teachers are in a classroom, because government lacks public school teachers. So what he's doing?
Which are the school? Coming one school abroad that employ teacher in June.
No, I'm not saying.
I'm just asking you. Coming one school abroad employ teacher in June or May.
No, I am not saying employing teacher.
I know that even that hire new teachers in June or May. Coming one school in abroad.
I am not saying that.
Okay, you cannot identify one. Once you can identify one, that proves that all the schools that are having unqualified teachers that are struggling with teachers now, they are settling. They are doing things to settle for next academic, and this is the thing the government is doing. Trust us. This academic, the year that is to begin, our district will be a district that students will leave from Greenville to go to school in that area, because how possible? How possible? We are working with our people. We are working with partners to ensure that people go to our district to teach.
Okay.
I mean, we could carry nurses in the country when the country needed nurses. We carry 7 professional nurses in the country that restored and that brought growth to the education hospital and all other community clinics in Sino. Then why now when we are having the motto, we are policy makers, what we can do. So what I'm telling you, don't worry. Our people, we are working with partners, and this will start immediately. The next school year, after the next school year, it will start.
So I think we can take some calls to see how best.
Before you go to your call, friend, our category the education issue on the lawmaker, besides the students, the children, the young people he brought from Sano that he gave the entire house and everything, he feed it them, he gave them stopping to go to school, everything. This guy, and one of the legislators, as we speak, he's one of the person that is full responsible. Sano University Student Association, Sano University in Susu. Before he took over our lawmaker, he made donation to Susu. When he took over, he gave a very huge package to Susu. So he's not only care about his district, he cares about the welfare of Sano County Sanoans, especially education. This guy, he always tells me that way. I'm a person that benefited from scholarship. My parents only remember paying my school fee, I think, for first grade and second grade. But from that time through until the masters are acquired, it's an Asian trained environmentalist. All the masters and everything I acquired, that scholarship gave me. So having the capacity now, I must ensure that other young people benefit as well. You understand? So current education is there. He's making effort with health, peace, kudos to that. When it comes to I think in general, the welfare of the people of Sano County, this guy is doing everything possible that Sanoans feel his presence. Just in 90 days.
Now, in the area of lawmaking, you know, there are lots of issues at the national legislature, and there are several other bills that have been submitted by other lawmakers. There have been lots of talks about the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Code. I mean, what's your stand? What's your boss stand on the matter, specifically with the issue of the establishment of the War and Economic Crimes Code? What's the stance currently?
Our lawmaker, as he said, he do not prioritize anything that is against the welfare of Liberians. What the Liberians need is what he's supporting.
It's not listening to the government. I mean, from CDC, what my party said, what I will do.
But what my party said, the means that he's a very, very serious partisan, a very, very serious partisan. But you know, the party, he wrote on the ticket of the party to be a lawmaker, but he was elected by the people to seek their welfare. You understand that? How you understand the scenario? So the people welfare is paramount to this lawmaker. It's a serious issue to the lawmaker. So when it comes to War Economic Crime Code, the lawmaker supported the Liberian decision. He support the call of Liberians. Yeah, seriously, he support the call of Liberians.
Okay, folks, so our guest this morning is Mr. Henry Doe Dagbe. Mr. Henry Doe Dagbe is the communication consultant, if you will, the media consultant in the offices of Honorable Samson Way of Electoral District number 2, Sano County. And so this morning we're talking issues that are pertinent, to their office and the people of Sano respectively. Those of you following the Brush Morning Talk this morning and want you to form part of the conversation, you can call us on 077 6360979 0880 346169 again 077 6360979 0880 346169. Good morning. 0776 6360979 0880 346169 0776 360979. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's the name?
Good morning.
Good morning. What's the name and where have you joined us from?
Thank you. This is Hilton Wulajendo. This is joining from Lokita in Sano County.
Go ahead, Hilton. You listening?
Let me applaud the media consultant to the offices of our president, something we do where. Let me also applaud the stable legislators. Something they are changing the of the working in our district. Some of us, we are not surprised because it's one person who lost Sano County competing for that position. And then the issues that occur in this case, more especially someone who sells narcotic drugs in that district, I see that person to be somebody that will be taken into serious consideration, even to dwell in an area because we know what a narcotic drug does. It requires many children in our country, many dwellers of that district, and when the parents, especially people who are traditionally oriented, have said that we need to protect our region, definitely I will support the teacher that the people are saying. And I know that is wrong because somebody who believes in our tradition, because that you want to know who fight drugs in the country. When you enter marriage to state because it means you want to earn money and exceptional or ordinary citizen, and then the citizen should allow you to support the environment that you live in. So let me say, police, then continue to do that when people judge it. Society will judge you tomorrow.
Thank you very much. 077-636-0979. It is 0346169. The numbers this morning to a live on part of the Brush Morning Talk right here on Brush FM 94.7 megahertz, Brush TV Live and SEM TV respectively. We're going approximately 45 minutes in the guest segment. We'll have 15 minutes to call it there and leave you on today's presentation. Again, our guest is Mr. Henry Doe Dagbe. Of course, it comes from the offices of Representative Samuel that's Samson we have electoral district number 2 in Sino. And this morning we're talking issues that are paramount to the people of Sano County. Those of you joining us by means of the Brush TV Live and SEM TV platform, would like to say good morning, good evening. It depends on which part of the world you join us from this morning. Continue to share the platform. Those of you in Liberia, 077-636-0979, 0880-346-169. The numbers this morning to allow you to form part of the Brush Morning Talk. 077-636-0979, 0880-346-169 are the numbers this morning to allow you to form part of the Breakfast Morning Magazine program. Now, Henry, as a matter of fact, your boss comes from the health background. Now that he's at the House of Representatives, as the House of Representatives, he's on several other committee, and the district he represents in Sino, I mean, is a very remote area, kind of hard to reach area and so forth in terms of the healthcare delivery system. What are measures he has put in place to improve the issue of the healthcare delivery system in electoral district number 2? Because I mean that place is so difficult to reach.
Yes, my brother. Currently, as we speak, the entire country health sector, they are all unanimously working on the issue of the COVID-19. So, our lawmaker, being a member on the Houses Committee of Health, is ensuring that district number 2 is key. The welfare of number 2 is key, especially when it comes to health. As we speak, based upon the work that he's doing with his people, especially when it comes to awareness in his district and in others, and ensuring other health, ensuring the health protocol is adhered to. The lawmaker is seriously cooperating with the Sino County health team. He's seriously cooperating with the Sino County health team to ensure that our people, that coronavirus sees district number 2 as an enemy.
Okay, there are lots of issues in Sano still. The issue of the Sano County Community College and series of other issues. There were controversies about who becomes the president of the university and several other issues. But what's the role of your boss, in relations to bettering the Sano County Community College? Because so far, with the exception maybe of the United Methodist Agriculture University that is in Blazontown, I mean that's Sano, that's Sano owned. So I'm concerned about what's the role of the boss in making sure that the Sano County Community College can reach the standard, the standard as other colleges around the country have been, specifically with the issue of the facility and so forth. What has been his role?
When the president visited Sino, lawmaker, along with his colleagues, re-emphasize emphasize the call to the president to appoint the board chair. The first thing is that the college must have a board.
Sure.
The college must have a board before we talk about the standard. So as we speak, the lawmakers are working, and currently he's the acting secretary of the Senate Legislative Caucus.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are unanimously working to ensure that the board is set up, and we can rest assured that before the year comes to an end, hopefully before the next semester, Senate Community College may have a board constituted, and from there the lawmaker will work with others to ensure that the standard, because this person is a person that got trained all of this country, so he understands the issue of standards in the education sector. So when it comes to that, you can rest assured, as a scholar, Senate Community College will be one of the best colleges in Liberia.
Now, Henry, the 2023, presidential representatives election are nearby. They are next door, and as a matter of fact, some of the root causes of conflicts in Sino have been John Brown support Peter Brown. There were point in time I can still remember that relationship between Senator J. Milton Tiaje and that of Honorable Creighton Woman Donkey, when Senator Tiaje supported Honorable Donkey in the election that brought Honorable Donkey on board as representative of Electoral District Number 1, moving, if you will, sending out Jefferson Camo and so forth. The issues, the issues in Sino are normally, who support who. At a certain point in time, Senator Tiaje, wherever he stretches his hand, you see the vote chasing after, and there the separation, comes about. I can remember the situation of Thomas Romeo Kuya and several other people as they stand 2023. Senator J. Milton Tiaje will be seeking re-election, and these elections normally, they are the root causes of conflicts between the young people. Some of them go to the social media and insult and do things that are absolutely not genuine in contemporary world. But I'm looking at the link, who support who goes for who, and these are issues normally that build tension inside during electoral the electoral period. For the fact that Senator Tiaje is not supporting quote unquote someone that interests you if you have supported. You see that people going after each other because of the issue of support and so forth.
Jeff, the issue of Senator Tiaje support people in Sound and making it a win, with all due respect to the senator, I think that issue have collapsed, has done naturally.
You think?
Yeah, it has done naturally. Yeah. For the past 3 elections in Sino, the 2018 elections and the 2 elections that just occurred, Senator Tiaje was massively defeated all against lost elections. All. In fact, if it was to be the will of Senator Tiaje, by this time I could not be a media consultant at the legislature. Because Samson we could not have won election. Okay. Senator Tiaje sponsored his son, Mr. Othello Nangwe. He did everything possible. In fact, nothing used to make me feel angry about the senator. But when I reached at NEC office, he will see the senator be one of the first person at NEC office to ensure that the kids. In fact, one upon a time he threatened NEC bosses. He was trying to require the legislature. And all of his, all his tactics to ensure that Othello win election was all field. So when it comes to that, just imagine, comrade, all of what happened. There's a 2 election, one of the tedious election in Sino. This one election. There's one of the tedious election. In fact, the 2 election was more difficult than the senatorial election. It was more difficult. But all the tension, at which time I was even beaten. The lawmaker maintained the peace in his district. Like 2017 election when Senator Tiaje was supporting on Rokolo for district number 3 against Zaza. That election, we experienced 1 death and another person got boxed. But this time, where we had people, Senators opposing on we are who was a major contender in the election, we experienced that no casualty occurring in the district. So when it comes to 2023, the public can rest assured that Sino has a person now that is there to balance the issue. When he was appointing me, with one more respect to our private conversation, he told me that way again. He said that way, though I do not want to impose something that is not in you, but being in this office, I want to advise as a brother to me that when people go and insult me, because you know that most of the issues in that kind of confusion originate from staffers or lawmakers' office.
Yeah, sure.
I think you know that, Jeff. You know that most of the issues in that country originate from the staffers in offices of the lawmakers. So he said, when any lawmaker start insult me that way, when they tell me say something where you do the one, just go and state our sources. State our sources. So if when you were talking, he didn't make me change my boss and stuff, but you know that about man. Yeah. So his presence now has changed a lot of things. Sano from, I think it's getting senated. Sano from you part of the
I was following charismatic from the offices of Senator. I think the bit of civility and some.
So you see that. So it means that there's the presence of this person, of this guy. In fact, if Sano can have this man in the horse for the next 12 years, that thing of causing noise in Sano, he will be the sacrificial lamb to ensure that Sano become peaceful. And thank God is the man, you know why the man will be peaceful, why man most peaceful, peace is in his blood. His grandmother is a Sapa woman. His father is a crippled man. His grandfather, and you understand, one of his grandparents came from the crew background. And besides that, he grew up in a crew setup. So how would that man be a confusion among the people? When you go against the cyber people, the man people will get problem. When you go against the South or the people, so peace bound to flow in China once the guys is available.
Okay, Henry, we're running out of time this morning. We're approximately about 4 minutes to leave you on the breakfast show this morning. What could be a summary, a synopsis of all of what you have said?
Shortly again, the lawmaker wants to extend his gratitude to the people of District Number 2, Sino County. He also wants to use the medium to caution the people of his district and the Liberians that COVID-19 is real. We should use all preventive measures to ensure that COVID-19 do not catch us, because that disease, that virus does not know personality. It doesn't have respect for personality. We have experience where our world leaders die from COVID-19. So we from a very poor county, a very poor district, we are advancing our people. The best thing you can do according to the lawmaker, make sure that you use your nose masks, avoid or crowd, ensure that you wash your hands constantly, and do things that will not make you to contract the virus. So our people should please listen to us. Yes, last year and earlier this year, we experienced a lot of deaths inside from St. Louis. So we want to ask appeal to our people to please follow these protocols.
The fiscal affairs sub gap will be open inside. I don't know whether I have been filled now.
No, it's not yet filled.
What's happening?
And know that is in the purview of the president. No one has the authority to fill it in.
Okay, so you guys are watching and doing the underground way, because I know a way of the order as usual, you know. Somebody wants somebody to get something.
No, this lawmaker he doesn't have interest in enforcing his will. In fact, he will work with every Samoan. And any Samoan that appears, he will work with them. So he doesn't have a priority. No, he doesn't have a priority. Say, that way must be. No, that's not his concern. So to conclude, brother, we want to again say thank you to the management of this station. In fact, this is a record in my career as a media consultant, being the first entity to host me, and to ensure that that my boss issues, my boss workings, we discuss my boss working to the public. This ended did well for us. We want to appreciate the people, and we want to also send our again greetings to the chief doctor of Liberia, who is a mentor to our boss. Yeah, he played a very serious role in getting our boss to where he is today. So I want to say thank you, and I want to appreciate. I want to say good morning to the lawmaker. I guess he's listening. He's been following. He's one person that has high regard for the media, so the media can rest assured having me as a mediator between he and the media. You can rest assured that we will have we will create an environment for press freedom. At any time you have issue with our boss, just come to us civilized way, and we'll ensure that we'll be open. You want to meet the boss, you want to meet the boss anytime, just pass through the channel. We'll ensure that it is done. So thank you very much, comrades. And thanks to our listening audience, thanks to our caller, Hilton Rajero, and to everyone in the offices of Samson Kujuwia. We say good morning to everybody. Thank you very much.
Well, that's the voice of Henry Dodagwe. He's the communication consultant in the offices of Mr. Samson Weir, Representative Samson Weir of Electoral District Number 2 in Sano County. Of course, you hear him this morning highlighting their own engagements. What are they doing about the fight against COVID and some of the occurrences back in Sino as well. And so he talks about lots of things this morning. We want to say thank you so much for playing your listening role. Those of you following us by means of Brush TV Live and Sam TV, respectively, we want to say thank you. Thank you so much for taking up your time this morning to follow the Brush Morning Talk. And the Brush Morning Talk will be back on tomorrow, beginning at 8 up to 10 o'clock. And of course, it's been a very wonderful time. We'd like to say have yourself a very good day. And today is Monday. This is the first working day in a week. So we want you to be very peaceful as you go about carrying out your normal activities. We have Ben James Jefferson for and
Frank Pitt Martin.
Have yourself a very good day. Bye-bye from Monroeville.